Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm Claire Canet, and I'm the manager of the Analytical Development Laboratory at Aptar Pharma. Thank you all for watching my presentation, which is entitled Identification of Potential Antioxidant Degradation Products as Extractables from an Innovative Thermoplastic Elastomer used in metered-dose inhalers. I will start with a short introduction about Aptar Company, and then we will focus on PMDI and antioxidants. This will lead to some analytical challenges, especially on our new thermoplastic elastomer, where we were able to identify some antioxidant degradation product. I will explain how we were able to identify them and what are the next steps. Aptar is a leader company in dispensing systems with a worldwide presence, technical expertise, and a broad product range. The pharma division provides innovative drug delivery solutions for biotechnology, healthcare, and pharmaceutical applications. As we are at the DDL conference, our focus today is on PMDI. These devices are especially interesting to be studied for two reasons. First, the degree of concern of the route of administration is the highest, and then the interaction between drug formulation and packaging components is high due to the propellant, which is under pressure. PMDI are therefore a worst case where extractables can become potential leachables. Additives are commonly used since several years in plastic or elastomeric components for pharmaceutical application. They are well known, especially on toxicological assessment. The purpose of these additives is to protect the material during the process or during the shelf life of the product. For example, the protection against UV for some antioxidants. However, during the shelf life of the product, these compounds can degrade into other products. These facts raise the following questions. What is the situation for this degradation of these antioxidants? What are their identity? At which level are they present in the extractables? Are they leaching, and if it's the case, at which level? What is the tox assessment of this product? In order to answer these questions, we will take a case study. Several components can be studied in a PMDI, but we selected the COCE 920 gasket as it is a new thermoplastic neck gasket with good performances, especially on sealing. The advantage of this material grade is also its clean extractables profile, which contains the Erganox 1010 antioxidant. However, due to its low extractables profile, this material grade is a real analytical challenge as we need to look at a lower analytical threshold. For these challenges, we are working at the Analytical Development Laboratory, which is located in France. We have 30 years of expertise on extractables for plastic matrix and elastomeric gaskets, and the laboratory is registered with the FDA. When we are working on degradation products, the main difficulties are the detection of these low concentration compounds, the availability of analytical reference standard, and the availability of toxicological data on these molecules. So we performed the first assays on COCE 920 material by a classic HPLC UV analysis in order to detect the antioxidant Erganox 1010. Here you can see the chromatogram we obtained by applying exaggerated extraction condition. Erganox 1035 is detected as it is the internal standard we have added in the sample solution. Then erganoxanthene is well detected after 16 minutes of elution, and 6 minor peaks are also present. Another analytical technique is therefore required to identify these minor peaks and to see if they are degradation products of erganoxanthene. To achieve this goal, high-resolution LCMS analyses were internally performed in our laboratory. This analytical technique allows us to have a separation of non-volatile compounds, to detect the molecule with a chromophore function thanks to the DAD, to get structural information thanks to high-resolution mass spectrometry using tandem analyzers, a quadrupole with a time of flight. Concerning the mass parameters, acquisitions were performed using a multimode ionization source, which allows us to get APCI and ESI data using the same acquisition run. Back to our study case, 2 minor peaks can easily identify on our chromatogram as they are also present in the reference standard commercially available. Here you have the example of the compound eluting around 14 minutes. On the mass spectrum of this peak, 3 isotopic distributions are observed. The first one corresponds to the molecular ion with 1 hydrogen adduct. The second distribution corresponds to the chloride adduct, also with a molecular ion. And finally, the last one is also a chloride adduct, but after a double oxidation in the source. All this mass information lead to the following molecule, which corresponds to the erganoxanthene molecule without one pattern that is replaced by an alcohol function. Using the same approach, the second peak, which is present in the standard solution, can be also identified as one oxidation of the erganoxanthene molecule. These 2 degradation products are often detected in plastic and thermoplastic components which contain erganoxanthene antioxidant. But now, what are the 4 other peaks which are not detected in the standard solution? Using high-resolution LCMS analysis, we were also able to identify these 4 other peaks as related peaks to erganoxanthene. First, the derivative 1, which is the first compound eluted on the chromatogram. And then, the 3 other derivatives from erganoxanthene. The blue circle on the molecule shows a part where the position of the chemical function is not confirmed. Indeed, this technique allows us to get an accurate mass and therefore to have several formula proposals. Then, the fragmentation pattern allows us to get a structural information, but in order to get a confirmed identification on the structure, an injection of a reference standard is required. To summarize, thanks to LCMS analysis, 6 peaks related to erganoxanthene were identified with a confidence level. To increase the level of confidence, the injection of reference standard will be required. However, these compounds are not commercially available. The absence of reference standard is also an issue if we want to perform a toxicological assessment, because in this case, an accurate quantification is required. In order to have an estimation of the final concentration of this degradation product, erganoxanthene was selected to quantify this degradation product for 2 reasons. First, the degradation products are related to these additives, so the similar chemical family were identified. Then, its response factor is lower than other additive response factor in our method, which leads to a worst-case quantification. If we go back to the initial question we raised on degradation products, we were able to identify these compounds with the confidence levels thanks to the high-resolution LCMS. We have defined a worst case of quantification. The question on the leachables profile is remaining and depends on the drug product formulation. This study was based on extractables that are a worst case scenario by applying exaggerated extraction conditions. No toxicological data are available, but we were at least able to define the chemical family of this degradation. Finally, this study on non-volatile degradation product from COCE 920 material will help us to study any potential leachable from any future MDI formulation in contact with this gasket. Thanks for watching this video.